Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Jason Dedeker teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jason Dedeker, how are you two doing today? Dedeker, how about you?
Well, I'm glad that we all meet the minimum health requirements for actually recording a live show today, because it was a little touch and go last week.
Yeah, I needed a minute there to rest and
too
recover.
Many kings. Your body was just like, I can't take more kings at this point.
Absolutely. It was like, there are far too many kings for me to do anything. Yeah, I was a little worried that I maybe had COVID last week. My test came back negative, so I think that we're in the clear, but I definitely was like out for quite a few days. So
yeah, you were really sick.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone bearing with me and letting me recover. And it was kind of nice because we took a break in between Kings 1 and Kings 2. And it was kind of the perfect place to take a quick week off. So now
definitely
we're back and ready to go.
Enough time to completely scrub away any memory of what happened in the last set of chapters that we read.
Problem. Yeah, I was like, and I was looking back at our little notes, and I'm like, yeah, none of that helps, not even a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I had to go look at our own episode description to get a reminder of what actually happened last time.
That's very smart. I should have done that. Yeah, okay, what happened?
Okay. Thanks to our assistant Rachel, who wrote up wonderful notes for the episode, show notes. So Ahab died. Remember, there was a prophecy the dogs were going to lick his blood. That happened.
Yeah.
And this all started because Ahab wanted that guy's land for a vineyard, and the guy was like, no, I don't want it. And so Ahab was like, okay. And then Jezebel was like, oh my goodness, grow a pair. And they plotted to set up this guy so that then he would be framed for doing something bad, and then they killed him. And I think that was pretty much where we left off in setting up Second King. So Ahab is dead, but Jezebel's still alive.
Okay. Can I ask, who is the current king? Do we know? Do we remember? Doesn't matter.
I don't know if we know, because Ahab is dead.
Was he? He was a king.
He was a king.
He wasn't just the guy that was going after that big whale.
No, not just that guy. Not just that guy. But then Jezebel's still around, so I think she's still in power.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, actually, what the deal is with her if Captain Ahab's gone. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She has not met her demise yet. And if you'll recall, we did cast Ahab and Jezebel as our good friends Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm now watching the X-Files, so
of course.
I can like really get in there and think about what that casting would look like, and yeah, they're great. Yeah. So I'm excited. That's lovely.
Elijah's still in the picture, played by Idris Elba. We do need to cast Elisha, a younger trimmer boy, to be our Elisha. Yes. That's what happened.
We'll have to figure that out, and hopefully we'll get more scenes with him. I would like that, because at this point I don't really know much about this person at all.
Yeah.
All right. What are we drinking today, everyone?
Well, I know I said that we meet the minimum health requirements, but I'm this week actually feeling like maybe I'm coming down with something. I got a weird ear. I got a case of the weird ear.
Yeah, you have like an ear infection, or
I don't
just
know, some kind of weird ear blockage kind of thing. That's not great. I don't love it, but I'm having a hot toddy with an actual cinnamon stick in it, so I feel fancy.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I actually went back to an earlier Drunk Bible Study tradition, which is my whiskey with mango La Croix, which doesn't sound like it'd be as good as it is, but it's quite nice. I like it a lot.
Well, that's good. It's almost like a whiskey sour, not really.
It's
like the minimum whiskey sour period.
I'd say it's closer to like a whiskey soda, but just with a little hint of mango.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I came across some passion fruit, so I made myself like a little passion fruit drink.
Hold on. You came across some passion fruit.
Like you're walking through a path in the woods.
And
I work at a
this
restaurant.
Little fairy flits into your field of view and like leads you to a beautifully blooming passion fruit bush, tree, vine. I don't know what passion fruit does. And you're like, oh wow, this blessed passion fruit. I'm going to take this. It'll be perfect for my cocktail.
No, that wasn't quite what happened. We happened to get some at work for some reason. I have no idea. I work at a restaurant, and so I was able to go home with a few, and they're very ugly little fruits. They look like a prune, but then super pruned up. Like when they're ripe,
really?
They are. They're the kind that I had. When they're ripe, they get really ugly and dimpled and like kind of shriveled, and then you can open them and eat them.
Are they
not
like
super tart?
Are they purple on the outside, like a prune?
They're
really?
purple.
I thought for sure they were the yellow color that they always are, like in your drink.
Because the inside is all yellowy.
The inside is, yes.
Yeah.
So, and then they have these seeds, and they're like kind of halfway between super tart and with a little bit of sweetness. So you muddle the seeds. I also put in some mint, lime juice, agave, and rum. So it's kind of a mojito-ish.
Like
and then shook it up. Yeah, and it has this very lovely color. It looks like orange juice, but it's not. It's passion fruit.
Wow.
You know, it's funny, very, very early on in the show, and those of you who've been listening to the show from way, way back in the beginning might remember us kind of trying to do this, that we had a thought of like bringing in local bartenders each episode to kind of suggest a drink for each episode or maybe each book or something like that. And I do like that while it quickly became just logistically too difficult to schedule a bartender every single week, that Emily, you've kind of stepped in as like, here's a cocktail recipe for you to try that's like super fancy.
True.
Yeah, well, I've been looking them up and then also like kind of taking some from work, and so it's been good. And I hope that some of you out there are trying these drinks, and one day we'll have to like make Drunk Bible Study the book with the cocktail
it's just
recipe
a cocktail book. Yeah.
Exactly. So that would be awesome. I would love that.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're starting a new book today.
We are.
And what is that going to entail?
So we're going into 2 Kings now. We have a new theme song, and if you want to read along with us, you can do that at drunkbiblestudy.com/read. And type in 2 Kings 1-3, because that's what we're reading. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, 2 Kings 1. Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab. Ahaziah fell down through the lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers.
I'm sorry, who?
There's a lot going on. Like right off the bat. Just like
hop straight into action, right in the cold open. Ahaziah fell down through the lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. He fell down and got a cold after that.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's been too long. Do we know this guy? Have we heard of this guy before?
Ahaziah. I feel like maybe I recall reading about him. Maybe.
I don't. But I mean, all the names kind of run together, but I just don't.
And there's a lot of A names.
Well, we know that he is a king in all up in Samaria.
Okay.
That's all we know.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. And he sent messengers and said to them, "Go, inquire of Beelzebub." Now, this is interesting. I would normally think that it would be Beelzebub, but it's spelled as 2 words, Baal or Baal, like Christian Bale.
Not like Christian Bale, but like the god Baal, played by Christian Bale.
Exactly.
Yes.
You get what I mean. Baal and Zebub. So that is interesting.
You know, Zebub.
That is interesting. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I would bet you good money that's where Beelzebub comes from.
Well, obviously, Jace. Come on now. I'm not going to take that bet. Okay. Go, inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this sickness.
How would he know? Is he also among the prophets? Probably. That's probably where this is headed.
Time will tell. But the angel of Yahweh said to Elijah the Tishbite, "Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria and tell them, is it because there is no God in Israel that you go to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron?" Ooh, sassy. Now,
don't we have our own God here? Is that kind of the gist?
That's a really good point, I guess.
Now, therefore, thus says Yahweh, you shall not come down from the bed where you are gone up, but shall surely die.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah.
There it is.
Elijah departed. The messengers returned to him.
He just gave that message, like mic drop, walks out.
Bye-bye.
The messengers returned to him, and he said to them, "Why is it that you have returned?" They said to him, "There came up a man to meet us and said to us, 'Go, turn again to the king who sent you and tell him, thus says Yahweh, is it because there is no God in Israel that you send to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore you shall not come down from the bed where you are gone up, but shall surely die.'" Drink for repetition.
Yeah, wait, but they heard this from a different person, or this was
from
exactly
Elijah.
the same thing?
It's exactly the same thing.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the man they refer to is Elijah.
I see. Okay, I assumed that Elijah had delivered it directly to the king, but that's silly. You're right. This was just plain old repetition. All right, I'm drinking.
Yes. Okay.
Drinking.
Okay.
He said to them, "What manner of man was he who came up to meet you and told you these words?"
Like, what kind of guy is he? Is
Hold
he
on.
like a...
You gotta wait for the answer,
Okay,
though.
all right.
They answered him, "He was a hairy man, and girt with a belt of leather about his loins."
A hairy man with a leather belt strap. Okay.
He said,
what does that say about him?
He said, "It is Elijah the Tishbite." He knew instantly.
That's his style.
It's like, oh, got it.
His signature.
Only
hairy dude,
him.
leather belt, and nothing else.
Got it.
Oh,
jeez. Nothing else. Yikes.
Then the king sent to him a captain of 50 with his 50. He went up to him, and behold, he was sitting on the top of the hill. He spoke to him, "Man of God, the king has said, come down." Elijah answered to the captain of 50, "If I be a man of God, let fire come down from the sky and consume you and your 50. What do you think's going to happen?
Death.
I think that's exactly what he said is going to happen.
Fire came down from the sky and consumed him and his 50.
Okay,
Oof, boy.
So remember, Emily, when
Yikes.
there was that thing where Elijah did the challenge to the prophets of Baal and made fire happen on the altar? Like, they tried to make fire happen by praying and it wouldn't happen, and then he poured water on his, and then eventually fire came from heaven. That's still Elijah, same dude. But remember that you were saying that Josh was like, oh, and he burned up all the people, right? And you were like, no, that's not it. I think this is the story he was thinking of.
I see. So he was conflating the two. I see.
I didn't get this story, though. I don't remember learning this extra Elijah burns up the people story.
Right.
Okay. Again, he sent to him another captain of 50 and his 50.
Oh, gosh.
Doesn't he know what's going to happen if he sends more men?
Well, he's not a smart man.
Yeah.
He answered him, "Man of God, thus has the king said, come down quickly." Elijah answered them, "If I be a man of God, let fire come down from the sky and consume you and your 50. The fire of God came down from the sky and consumed him and his 50.
Okay, drinking for repetition. Also,
what is this, like, fire in the sky? Like, is this, when you're in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and you're going, like, through Death Mountain and then, like, all of a sudden, like, rocks and fire rain down on you? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, because the whole theory with the Elijah kind of trolling the prophets of Baal and the fire coming down, in the bonus we looked up that there's a theory that he may have just had a really gift for predicting when there was going to be lightning coming in. And I wonder if this could be some more of that, or maybe he's sitting on a freaking volcano. I don't know.
Exactly. That's a lot of freaking lightning that's coming down.
That's a lot to consume a lot of people. Again, he sent the captain of a third 50 with his 50.
Stop. Don't do it.
Just learn your lesson, dude. Come on.
Apparently not.
The third captain of 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and begged him and said to him, "Man of God, please let my life and the life of these 50 your servants be precious in your sight.
He's like, nah.
Behold, fire came down from the sky and consumed the 2 former captains of 50 with their 50s, but now let my life be precious in your sight.
Huh.
The angel of Yahweh said to Elijah, go down with him. Don't be afraid of him. He arose and went down with him to the king. Why is this third 50 so special? Oh, maybe because he showed enough reverence.
Yeah, respect and fear of Yahweh. Yeah.
Right.
Also, by the way, in the Message Bible, this is lightning in all these places.
Oh.
Lightning came down and struck these men and burned them.
Wow.
So at least the Message agrees with that assessment, although all the other translations I have here, which is the Complete Jewish Bible, the King James, and the NIV, all just say fire from the sky.
All right. We can deal with it.
So that was that guy's interpretation that did the message.
Okay. So he rose, went down with him to the king. He said to him, thus says Yahweh, because you have sent messengers to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, is it because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore, you shall not come down from the bed where you were gone up, but shall surely die. Keep on drinking.
Gosh, yeah. We're gonna need to do the intermission earlier today so I can refill this drink.
So he died, according to the word of Yahweh, which Elijah had spoken. What a tale!
Wait,
What
okay,
a
sorry.
weird parable.
Is this who just died? Is it that third man that
No, it's Ahaziah, the king.
Okay.
The one who fell from his balcony or whatever, or
who
through his
keeps
roof.
trying to get an answer about whether he's going to die or not. And twice now he's been told, yeah, Yahweh says you're going to die. But he's like, no, we need to get Elijah. And then finally, after killing 102 dudes, Elijah finally came down and was like, yeah, you're going to die. And then
he did die. Okay, I see. Thank you.
So he died, according to the word of Yahweh, which Elijah had spoken. Jehoram began to reign in his place in the 2nd year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no son. Now, the rest of the acts of Ahaziah, which he did, aren't they written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Aren't they, though? Aren't they? I gotta drink to that.
Boy, drink to that. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter.
That's a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little shorty.
Okay. Gosh.
All
I mean,
right.
do we refill our drinks or do we wait?
No. We can do it. We can do it. I'm good.
I still have most of mine. So.
I mean, it depends on how much repetition is in this next one, but
I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Kings. 2 Kings -2.
Chapter 2. Yeah.
No.
Chapter 2 or 2 Kings. Chapter 2.
Second Kings.
Second Kings. Second Kings. Okay,
Yes.
it is
Okay.
the second king. Cool. I mean, more than 2 kings, but yeah. All right, the 2nd Kings. It happened when Yahweh would take up Elijah by a whirlwind into heaven that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. What? He went to heaven in a whirlwind?
He's going to.
I can show you the world. Like, seriously.
Okay. Wait. Who have we cast as Elijah? You said that's
Idris Elba.
That's Idris Elba. I'm just imagining this amazing scene in a whirlwind where The Rock is singing to Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's perfect. I can't think of a more perfect scene.
This is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Exactly. I love it.
Wow. Okay.
And now we know that The Rock can sing, kind of.
It's
'cause
true.
He was in Moana.
He can sing some
Right.
Disney tunes.
Yeah, there you go. Elijah said to Elisha, please wait here, for Yahweh has sent me as far as Bethel. I'm sorry, I feel like, no, he's not in love with Elisha. The Rock and
I mean, he could
Elijah
be.
are in love. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
They all could love each other. I mean,
that's
these
true.
are both The Rock's chosen
The prophets.
people.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
You're right. Elisha said, as Yahweh lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you.
Aw.
They
In
do
the
love
message,
each other.
in the message, it's translated as Elisha said, "Not on your life. I'm not letting you out of my sight."
Oh,
So, okay, wow. These boys
bow.
are enjoying each other's company. That's lovely.
Now, hold on. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about casting.
Okay.
because we need to think about Elisha, and it's someone who can play young and old and eventually maybe bald. Now, I was just looking through our list.
Okay.
And some names floated to the top, like maybe Keanu Reeves. Or
Keanu has quite the locks, the flowing locks.
He does, but he also has quite the range.
He does.
As far as age goes.
I guess.
Okay. I guess he mostly looks older now, but
he's definitely older. At one point in his life, he looked very young.
We can very easily conceptualize him as a young man and also as an older man. And Annalise in the chat points out he was bald in The Matrix.
Oh, yeah, he was. I forgot about that. Yeah, he didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Done? All right.
They're making
bring him in.
another
We'll bring
one
him
of
in.
those. They're making another one of those.
He can do this. Really? He can do this chemistry read with Idris Elba.
Matt
we'll have
Smith.
to make sure that they're good together, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Somebody said Matthew Smith. I am watching The Crown right now, and he, I don't know. I feel like Matthew Smith in The Crown is very angry and annoying. So we'll see. I like Keanu Reeves, though. Okay. Where was I? Okay.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We've already cast Keanu Reeves.
Surprise! We're gonna run out of actors here.
We cast him as Abner.
Oh, Abner. Okay.
Shoot. Okay. What about next? Literally next on the list under Keanu Reeves was Vin Diesel.
But
I mean, there you go.
Got the bald thing going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's bring him in.
Let's bring Vin Diesel into this.
We got to remember to update this list once we've cast somebody.
Yeah, like scratch someone off or just say like list. You are this person. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so as your soul lives, I will not leave you. So they went down to Bethel. The sons of the prophets who were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said to him, "Do you know that Yahweh will take away your master from your head today?"
From your head? Boy.
Yeah, that's a weird way to say that.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to get decapitated or something, which is weird. Like,
What does the message say?
It says the guild of prophets. This whole guild of prophets here. The guild of prophets at Bethel met Elisha and said, "Did you know that God is going to take your master away from you today?"
How come everybody knows this already?
Well, they're also prophets. They're a whole guild of prophets. So
okay, so they know. They know everything.
Yeah.
He said, "Yes, I know it. I'm your prophet." And no, he didn't. He said, "Yes, I know it. Hold your peace." This is going to be tough. Elijah said to him, "Elisha, please wait here, for Yahweh has sent me to Jericho." He said, "As Yahweh lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you." So they came to Jericho. The sons of the prophets who were at Jericho came near to Elisha and said to him, "Do you know that Yahweh will take away your master from your head today?" He answered, "Yes, I know it. Hold your peace." It's like, got it. Elijah said to him, "Please wait here, for Yahweh has sent me to the Jordan." Okay, maybe we should have refilled our drinks. You should have had a second drink, like available just as a backup drink.
I really need to know what's going to happen for the third repetition.
Oh gosh, where was I mean, this whole thing is like the same over and over again. As Yahweh lives and as your soul lives, I will not leave you. They too went on. Was that where I was? Sure.
Yeah.
50 men of the sons of prophets went and stood over against them afar off, and they too stood by the Jordan. Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and struck the waters.
His cloak.
Okay.
Like he rolled it up into like a little burrito.
And hit the water with it.
Slap.
Bad water. And they were divided here and there so that they too went over on dry ground.
Oh, wow. Another kind of split in the waters sort of miracle.
Yeah.
Or did he just like put down his thing and he was like, "Oh, you can't walk on my coat so that you don't get your shoes wet because I love you."
And it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
In the message, it does say Elijah took his cloak, rolled it up, and hit the water with it. The river divided, and the two men walked through on dry land.
Cool.
That's so sweet. Okay. Sorry. It happened when they had gone over that Elijah said to Elisha, "Ask what I shall do for you before I am taken from you."
My goodness.
I'm sorry.
This really
this
ramped
writes
up
itself.
quickly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Elisha said, "Please let a double portion of your spirit be on me."
Oh,
I didn't write
Emily,
this.
no.
I didn't write this. Okay, somebody else wrote it. So
Yeah. Little did we know that Second Kings would be a romance novel.
yeah,
wow.
it is. He said,
double
"You have
portion of your
asked." Oh gosh. Okay. He said, "You have asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if you see me when I am taken from you, it shall be so to you. But if not, it shall not be so."
So you got to see it. You got to see me. You got to see me taken away.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Elisha, in the message, Elisha says, "I want to be a holy man, just like you."
Oh.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a hard one, said Elijah. But if you're watching when I'm taken from you, you'll get what you asked for, but only if you're watching.
So
Okay.
don't
Keep
take your eyes off me.
peeled. Yeah.
It happened as they still went on and talked that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, which
Whoa.
parted them. I don't know, like these horses are on fire. It's like what's the Pokemon that's on fire?
Rapidash.
That's the one.
But Dedeker is literally singing Chariots of Fire, so that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah. So these horses of fire and this chariot of fire parted them both apart, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven.
Wow.
Goodbye, Elijah.
Farewell, happy trails.
Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariots of Israel and the horsemen of it."
Wow.
Okay, so he saw God's chariot, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming the rock was on that chariot, being like, "What's
Totally,
up?"
and he's like, "Come on,
took him
man."
up
Right.
into the-
So instead
yeah.
of a magic carpet, it was a magic fire chariot.
Right, but he
Yeah.
did definitely leave singing "I Can Show You the World."
Yes,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Oh, for
obviously.
sure.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I got him now. Bye." He saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and tore them in two pieces. He was very upset. He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him. So,
Sorry, Emily, your face. Okay, so his clothes fell off of him.
and then nakedly he rose into the air with God.
This is epic. I love
See.
this. New favorite Bible story.
This is the same mantle that he whacked the river with, right? And they walked across.
Yeah, so maybe that's what happened.
Maybe
I
it
don't
was just
know.
an outer layer. His
Yeah,
cardigan.
maybe an
I
outer
see.
layer.
Yeah, but maybe he
his
had something
His
sexy
loins
on
were
underneath.
girded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he took it and went back and stood by the bank of the Jordan. He took the He took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him and struck the waters and said, "Where is Yahweh, the God of Elijah?" Wasn't he just there? Or we just kind of thought that he was there.
Wait, what?
I don't know what Elisha's going for in this scene other than trying to pretend that he's Elijah also.
Well,
I
he's
could do
asking
it too.
where Elijah is, right? And
So he's asking where Yahweh is, right?
I don't know.
What did he ask?
He said, "Where is Yahweh, the God of Elijah?" And when he also had struck the waters, they were divided here and there, and Elisha went over.
yes.
Oh, cool.
I see.
So he's like,
He-
"Look, I did it.
he
He
proved he has
inherited
the
the
powers
powers.
now.
He
Yeah,
got the double
okay.
I got the
portion.
power."
Cool.
Yeah.
Excuse me. When the sons of the prophets who were at Jericho over against him saw him, they said, "The spirit of Elijah does rest on Elisha." They came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. They said to him, "See now, there are with your servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray you, and seek your master, lest the spirit of Yahweh has taken him up and cast him on some mountain or into some valley." Jeez, God wouldn't do that to Elijah.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, I'm
So-
confused about what exactly they're asking for here.
So, like, he went up in this whirlwind,
Uh-huh.
but they're like, but he didn't die. It's not like he died like everyone else. He just went up in a whirlwind on this chariot, and they're like, maybe he fell off onto a mountain somewhere.
Maybe he got spat out of his whirlwind.
Yeah, he
Or
wasn't
Yahweh
holding
just-
on tight enough. and
Yahweh took him
he
for a
just
joyride
fell
and
right
then
out.
dropped him off, or like, yeah.
So they're saying he may not be dead.
Okay.
I don't know. Some of the people in the chat think that he's not dead, that he's like going up on this joyride alive and he's going to come back alive.
Oh,
I don't know.
Snap. Stephanie just said abducted by aliens.
That makes sense.
Ancient aliens again.
Yes. There it is.
Yeah. And, aliens are all over the X-Files, so
it's perfect.
Definitely
Yeah.
David Duchovny would approve. Okay. He said, "You shall not send." When
you're not going to send out dudes to try to find him.
Yeah, don't go look.
Okay.
Don't go look, yeah.
So I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it and we're good. I got it. When they urged him until he was ashamed, he said, "Send."
Okay.
They sent, therefore, 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but didn't find him. Well, too bad.
Wow.
They came back to him while he stayed at Jericho, and he said to them, "Didn't I tell you don't go?" The men of the city said to Elisha, "Behold, we pray you, the situation of this city is pleasant as my Lord sees, but the water is bad and the land miscarries." Wow, that's quite a way to put that.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah. I guess like all the land is what's the word? Like barren?
Yeah.
Something? The land miscarries? I think that's what that means. Like the crops
maybe
are
like
there's a
you
famine. There
plant
might be a famine
something,
going on, or
and it's just
light.
like not rejects it.
Yeah.
right.
And the water's bad for whatever reason. He said, "Bring me a new jar and put salt therein." They brought it to him. He went forth to the springs of the waters and cast salt therein and said, "Thus says Yahweh, I've healed these waters. There shall not be from there any more death or miscarrying."
I do like this super sassy Vin Diesel Elisha, who now that he's got the power, is just like, "Oh, whatever. These people are below me. I can't believe the
"Here's
stuff I'm
some
asked
salt."
to do."
Also, like, he's saying that Yahweh says this, and is that because, like, he has the power
Because he's
of
the prophet.
Yahweh?
Yeah.
He's like,
supposed to
I
be the
have
mouth.
the power. And
Yeah.
Okay. But what if Yahweh's like, "No, I didn't say that"? He just,
Then
like, he can
he'd be a false prophet.
feel. He can
Yes.
feel Yahweh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the waters were healed to this day, according to the word of Elijah, which he spoke. Elisha.
Great.
He went up from there to Bethel, and as he was going up, by the way, there came forth young lads out of the city and mocked him.
This story.
Oh.
Oh, gosh. And said to him, "Go up, you baldy. Go up, you bald head." He looked behind him
Wow.
and saw them and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. There came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and mauled 42 lads of them.
42. This is a big group of lads that were calling him names.
Were
Jason,
these
you
the
never
50?
heard this story? Have you never heard this
She-bears.
story?
I didn't remember
These
there were
mama
42
bears.
of these children that all
There's a
got
lot
mauled
of
at
children.
once.
There's so many children mocking him
So
at
it's
the
like a
same
school
time.
field trip coming by, and they're like, "Hey,
great.
Baldy."
I'm
And
sorry,
then-
but Elisha is really insecure about his, like, lack of hair. Really, though. Come on, you're gonna, like, let these bears maul these kids because you can't handle, like, a little bit of jauntiness and, like, fun?
To be fair, Emily, if 50 school children were teasing you for something that you were self-conscious about, wouldn't you
I
wish
wouldn't
that you had
set
the power
bears
to call
on them.
You wouldn't? What would you do?
I don't know, I'd run away and cry a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
but what if you had the power of Yahweh behind you?
I'd
He
tell
also might-
Yahweh to sit them down and tell them that they were bad boys and do a better
Okay.
job next time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible also that he cursed them thinking like, they would have a bad field trip or like none of the animals at the zoo would be out when they went to go see them. But then
Just always
Yahweh,
sleeping.
yeah, but then Yahweh is like, "A curse? Sweet." And like
Yeah,
6
you're right.
bears on
It's
them.
like,
I've been
gonna-
holding on to these bears for a long time.
Yeah. We got a tiger last time or a lion or
A
whatever.
lion and
like,
and a
this
donkey
time,
hanging out. Yeah.
Bears are coming. Okay, so all right, we're almost done here. There came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and mauled 42 lads of them. He went from there to Mount Carmel, and from there he returned to Samaria.
Oh Oh my goodness.
That was quite a story. Like, that went all over the place.
The bear
Just
story.
all over the place.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I remember learning this story in Sunday school as a small child, and
the lessons like don't tease people.
Don't tease people.
Or you'll get
or a
killed by a
bear
bear.
is gonna maul you.
Or
Yeah.
if you're going to be a
And you
child
and
mauled
all
by
your
a bear.
lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great lesson. Wow. All right, Jace. The
That was
intermission can happen now.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, you need to do our whole intermission
Yeah.
information, though, to earn it.
Okay. I got it. All right. Before we go on to our last chapter for today, we are going to take a brief intermission and talk about some ways that you can support this show to keep it coming and keep these live shows happening for free.
And we're back.
Yeah.
It's all you, Jace.
Okay, here we go. Taking it home with 2 Kings chapter 3. Now, Jehoram, the son of Ahab, began to reign over Israel in Samaria in the 18th year of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, and reigned 12 years. He did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh,
Of course.
but not like his father and like his mother, for he put away the pillar of Baal that his father had made.
Oh,
Was
Okay,
it
so win some points there, I guess.
but he still did evil.
who were his mother and father?
Ahab
The son
and
of Ahab.
Jezebel.
And Jezebel, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the son of David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. So he put away the pillar of Baal that his father had made. Nevertheless, he cleaved to the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, with which he made Israel to sin. He didn't depart from it. Now,
I need more information.
What does
I need
that
to
mean?
know, like, if it's you, because usually it is just the fact that they're worshiping other gods. But if he's like, no, I'm going to put this away and not worship Baal, what is it? What could it possibly be?
Any number of things, I'm assuming.
yeah, I'm
look
assuming
that
it's
up,
like
maybe.
the usual sins. You
What
know,
are the
what?
usual sins?
Oh, like appointing non-Aaronites. What's the name of their tribe?
Levites?
Yes, thank you. Appointing non-Levites to be your priests, or maybe he took down the statue of Baal but didn't stop people from taking
Having
time off.
statues in their house?
Yeah, or taking time off work on Baal's holidays, or
Trying to
I'm
conduct a
sure.
census.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Censuses
Bad
are way out of
news.
style now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so, but Nevertheless, he cleaved to the sins, bad boy. Now, Misha, I'm going to say Misha. It's probably Mesha, but Misha, king of Moab, was a sheep master. Sheep master.
Cool.
A sheep master.
Master. This is hyphenated. Sheep-master. Sheep master.
So this is like a shepherd, but on steroids, right?
Yeah, like the highest level that you can reach
Like
as
he's
a
worked his way
shepherd.
up the corporate ladder of sheep herding, and he's
Yeah.
like the sheep CEO
Definitely.
of this
Oh,
sheep.
see, I was thinking
corporation.
he's like
Sheep
the...
CEO.
I was thinking he's like the Cesar Millan of sheep. He's got a big TV
Oh, that's
show.
good. He's a
He's
sheep
like the
whisperer.
sheep whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Daniel says like an airbender, but with sheep. He's a
I
sheep
love it.
bender.
It's like
Does that mean you
summons
can
up
bet- you
sheep
can
and like
move?
flies them at things.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, that's impressive. Who is
So
this
he-
again? Misha Barton? Yes.
king of
okay.
king of Moab.
Misha Barton.
Okay.
King of Moab was a sheep master, sheep bender. And he rendered to the king of Israel the wool of 100,000 lambs and of 100,000 rams.
Ooh,
Wow.
lots of wool.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of wool.
But
Why do you need that much wool?
Well,
I think
I'm hoping we'll find out.
Jehoram is going to make his own temple, but instead of it being all gold and bronze, it's going to be wool. He's going to knit it.
Okay, cool.
That's going to take a little while, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it happened when Ahab was dead that the king of Moab rebelled against the king of Israel. King Jehoram went out of Samaria at that time and mustered all Israel.
He's like, you're going to give me that sheep.
Yeah, I guess. He went and sent to Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, saying, "The king of Moab has rebelled against me. Will you go with me against Moab to battle?" He said, "I will go up. I am as you are, My people as your people, my horses as your horses.
Okay.
He said, which way shall we go up? He answered, I don't know which he is he anymore. I've lost track.
You never know what she is here.
I think this is Jehoshaphat.
Well, it's the conversation between Jehoram and Jehoshaphat.
Yes, I know.
Right?
But I think it's Jehoshaphat's turn, the thing you're about to say.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So Jehoram was the first one who started this, and then Jehoshaphat was like, your people are my people, me horses as Sue horses. And then and then
me
Jehoram
caballos as Sue caballos.
And then Jehoram says, which way shall we go up? And then Jehoshaphat, he answered, the way of the wilderness of Edom. So the king of Israel went, and the king of Judah, and the king of Edom, and they made a circuit of 7 days' journey. And there was no water for the host, nor for the animals that followed them.
That doesn't sound good at all.
That's not sustainable.
This is bad. Yeah. The king of Israel said, someone says these guys need voices to help tell them apart. Oh boy. The king of Israel said, this is Jehoram. Jehoram sounds like this. Alas, for Yahweh has called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. But Jehoshaphat said, isn't there a prophet of Yahweh that we may inquire of Yahweh by him?
Lovely.
One of the king of Israel's servants answered, Elisha, the son of Snapchat, is here.
What? Shaphat. That's also a weird Shaphat.
Shaphat?
It looked like Snapchat to me. Yeah.
Shapat.
Probably.
1,000 years too early.
Shapat.
Yeah,
Shapat. Okay.
Elisha, the son of Shaphat, is here, who poured water on the hands of Elijah. Okay, this is the one and the same.
I thought that they didn't have any water.
Well, but this is like a byword about Elisha, that he poured water on the hands of Elijah, even though we didn't get that story, really.
Yeah.
It's probably in the Book of Chronicles.
It most definitely is.
Okay, Jehoshaphat said, the word of Yahweh is with him. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat and the king of Edom went down to him. Elisha said to the king of Israel, what have I to do with you? Get you to the prophets of your father and to the prophets of your mother. Yeah.
He was just like a sweet little boy that was in love, and now
as soon as he got the power.
Who are you?
Total Shaphat, if you know what I mean.
Total Shaphat. Asshat.
The king of Israel said to him, I've already forgotten what voice I did for him. The king of Israel said to him...
Israel was kind of like a fancy, slightly British boy.
No, for Yahweh.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
For Yahweh has called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. Elisha said, as Yahweh of hosts lives, before whom I stand, surely, were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, I would not look toward you, nor see you.
Wow.
So he's like, if you weren't right in front of me, I would not even look at you.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Goodness.
Sick
Real
burn.
sassy, yeah. But now bring me a minstrel.
Give me a minstrel. Come on.
While you're here, I
need some fun.
I would love some music. It happened when the minstrel played that the hand of Yahweh came on him. He said, thus says Yahweh, make this valley full of trenches. For thus says Yahweh, you shall not see wind, neither shall you see rain, yet that valley shall be filled with water, and you shall drink, both you and your cattle and your animals.
So this is just like an irrigation tactic, right?
Yeah, I think he's telling him to irrigate the valley. Yeah.
Okay.
This is but a light thing in the sight of Yahweh. He will also deliver the Moabites into your hand. Whatever. I mean, that's nothing. The trenches are the important part, but and that. Cool. You shall strike every fortified city and every choice city, and shall fell so choice, and shall fell every good tree, and stop all springs of water, and mar every good piece of land with stones.
Jeez.
No.
It's like, so you're going to just wreck this place.
Yeah, why would you stop all the springs of water if you're having an issue with water?
Because all of the water is just going to go into these trenches.
Well, I think this is in the Moabites' land. I think they're going to do that.
Okay.
Maybe it's like if we stop up all their
earth.
springs, the pressure will build up, and then our springs will start up again or something.
Okay.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, definitely. God knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. It happened in the morning, about the time of offering the offering, that behold, there came water by the way of Edom, and the country was filled with water.
Sweet.
There you go.
Now, when all the Moabites heard that the kings had come up to fight against them, they gathered themselves together, all who were able to put on armor and upward. I see, like, old enough to put on armor and older, maybe? Who were able to put on armor and upward and stood on the border.
They're like, secure the sheep. At all costs, secure the sheep.
They rose up early in the morning, and the sun shone on the water, and the Moabites saw the water over against them as red as blood, : and they said, this is blood, : the kings are surely destroyed, and they have struck each man his fellow. Now, therefore, Moab, to the spoil.
To the spoils.
Hold on. So they get up early in the morning. Are we to believe it's like the sunrise is being reflected in all these trenches of water? Therefore, they are easily fooled by the mirage of it's just covered in blood, pools of blood all over the valley. So therefore, we've won already for some reason. This is not suspicious at all. Let's just waltz right in.
But they haven't dug the trenches yet. So it's just like puddles everywhere. How did they... That literally just happened. Like, he said dig trenches, and then like the next day it rained, or the water came.
Yeah, I mean, Yahweh gets these things to happen quickly.
Yeah, but sometimes
maybe
in
they
this
were
book,
super motivated.
Yeah, sometimes in this book, they're like, Yahweh says do this, and do that, and then do this, and then do that.
And then it happens.
We don't... And sometimes they zig when they should have zagged, and they don't repeat it all. And we just have to believe that it all happened.
That's what this book is about, believing that it happened.
Except those times when you shouldn't believe, like other prophets and things like that. But
False gods.
For sure.
So so Moab rushed in to be like, aha. When they came to the camp of Israel, the Israelites rose up and struck the Moabites so that they fled before them, and they went forward into the land, smiting the Moabites. They beat down the cities, and on every good piece of land they cast every man his stone and filled it.
What does that mean?
Covered the land with stones, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they stopped all the springs of water and felled all the good trees.
Ooh, that's a good tree. Cut it down.
Yeah. Until in Kir Hareseth only they left the stones of it. However, the men with slings went about it and struck it.
Okay.
So they left. There was one city where they left the stones of the city there. But they're like, we're going to get our slingshot boys to slingshot at this pile of stones that is this city.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. And so they're like slinging slings at it. And when the king of Moab saw that the battle was too severe for him, he took with him 700 men who drew sword to break through to the king of Edom, but they could not. Anticlimactic there.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Then he took his eldest son, who would have reigned in his place, and offered him for a burnt offering on the wall.
Whoa,
boy.
That's some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah,
boy.
For sure. There was a great wrath against Israel, and they departed from him and returned to their own land. Wait, what does that last sentence mean? That's the end.
What does the message say? How does the message interpret all that?
Okay, the message says, when the king of Moab realized he was fighting a losing battle, he took 700 swordsmen to hack a corridor past the king of Edom, but they didn't make it. Then he took his son, his firstborn, who would succeed him as king, and sacrificed him on the city wall. That set off furious anger against Israel. Israel pulled back and returned home.
Huh.
It almost sounds like his sacrifice worked. and that it drove the Israelites back.
Away, yeah.
I feel like we got to look this up in the bonus.
Yeah.
Because it was the king of Moab
means.
sacrificing his son, right?
Yeah.
Our enemy?
Moab, yeah.
Yeah, Moab, the king of Moab sacrificed his firstborn son. And I guess that it made
the Israelites were like,
the
no,
Israelites.
terrible.
I like that Stephanie in the
leaving.
chat says the party got weird, so they just took off.
Yeah. That's about right. That's what happened.
But it's either like, the fury is that like the people all got really mad at the Israelites
right, the Moabites
about it.
get super mad at the Israelites because they pushed the king to the point of desperation of sacrificing his own son? Question mark?
Yes, or is it fury like the fury of their God started attacking the Israelites or being scary to them, and so they backed off and left? It's weird.
I think we got to take it to the research desk.
We do.
Lab.
Yes.
Of ours.
Okay. Take it to our lab research assistants and have them. Oh, that's us. Crap.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. What a beginning to a book. We really just hopped straight into it. Like very action-packed, cold open. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of repetition in those first couple chapters, but yes, I suppose things are happening.
How many episodes worth is Second Kings?
So it's going to be about the same as the First Kings. I actually think maybe a tiny bit longer. Let me see here.
So it'll take us like through the end of the year?
Yeah, this will take us, I think, very close to the end of the year. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
So here's today. This is going to take us through, looks like December 23rd might be the last one. So
wow.
I think
amazing.
We will probably
your Christmas gift.
Your Christmas gift.
Everyone.
We'll be finishing Second Kings.
Lovely.
Okay, that actually kind of works out perfectly. And then we'll take like a week off, and then we'll start up in the next year with the First Chronicles, because isn't it written
the Book of Chronicles?
In the Book of Chronicles?
All these things that didn't happen that we kind of heard about, but like more of it was written in the Book of Chronicles. We'll finally hear about. No.
Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it won't be any of those stories. It'll be totally other things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Well, you're taking us home, Jace.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're already here.
We are.
Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher and let other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. We hope to see you there. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Dedeker Winston, Emily Matlack, and me, Jace Lindgren. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for Second Kings is Gotham by Avatar. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.